Hey, Ragnar here, and this is RagnarRox, where we talk about game design. In today's commentary episode, I want to address one of the questions I get asked more frequently. It's basically a variation of, is there any good literature on game design you would recommend? In the background, you will see my friend Joji show you how to shoot a bow in Skyrim, like a true Viking. Check out his amazing RPG guides and lore videos on his channel, I'm sure you can enjoy it. Now, there is a lot of good material on game design you can find when you data mine the internet. If you're generally interested in the topic, there's also good shows on YouTube, and I'm still a strong supporter of the hypothesis that game design is such an undefined mixture of art and science that you can learn a lot about it by just employing your observational and analytical skills. That is, if you happen to have any. But while you can also learn to build a house by trial and error until you succeed, it's probably a lot more effective if you rely on wisdom that experts have gathered over decades of theoretical and practical experience and learn and rely on techniques that have proven valuable and reliable instead of inventing the wheel all over again. So that is why, in the same way, I believe it's really good advice if you're interested in how video games are made to just grab a good old book to accelerate your own learning process drastically. You know, one of those archaic tomes of wisdom made of real paper and that. Or, well, you could also just use your Kindle. Just take your pick. It's your choice. So in this video, I'm gonna recommend a range of different approaches, some more theoretical, some more playful and experimental, so no matter if you're a game designer who wants to widen their horizon, or you're interested in getting a better grasp on how video games are made, just check it out, maybe you'll find something that you'll like. I'll put the ISBN numbers of the books in the description so you can find or order them in your local bookstore or search them at the online reseller of your heart. So let's get going. The first entry in my list is probably the most obvious choice. It's Rules of Play by Salen and Zimmerman, which is considered to be something like the game design bible by scholars and designers alike. And that's not only because of its impressive size and its density of information, but also because it's in many ways the standard compendium, the perfect reference book to have in your shelf. It dissects the medium video game with a special emphasis on rules, play, and culture, and if you're willing to chew through its vast amount of information, it will educate you on terminology that helps you express concepts you may have been thinking about for a long time. Way more concisely than before. Just don't try to impress people at a dinner party with your new impressive set of game design lingo. Trust me, that doesn't work. The next one is The Art of Game Design, a Book of Lenses by Schell. As the title suggests, this book tries to approach games from a huge variety of different angles, because there is not just one reason we play games. Some people enjoy the sports aspect, some consider video games a mental challenge, and others enjoy it for its storytelling potential, distraction, fun, learning potential, you name it. So many different reasons of why to play, not only video games, but board games, role-playing games, sports, puzzles, theme park games, and so on and so forth. The Art of Game Design goes into 100 different questions, or lenses as the book's title suggests, to ponder about that can and probably will help you make your own games better, or at least help you understand the games you enjoy a little bit better. Number 3 in my list is Level Up, The Guide to Great Video Game Design by Scott Rogers. Now, while the first books can be a bit intimidating, this is the one I would recommend for starters. While the former books were rather academic, this one is enjoyable and just a bliss to read. Illustrated with appealing, funny, and explanatory cartoon art, it makes game design easily approachable and uses a language that's more akin to the gamer than to the scholar. So if in your childhood you were the kid that always hated books with no pictures in it, this one's for you. Number 4 is A Theory of Fun for Game Design by Koster, and it takes a slightly different and less practical approach. Actually, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a theory about fun, or more precisely, it tries to examine and explain why and how the sensation of fun, amusement, etc. develops in our brains. So yes, it's not a guide on how to make this and that particular type of game, and it's not so much about rules and mechanics as it is about understanding the concepts of why we enjoy all of this in the first place. Let me give you an example why this might be helpful. When you learn a certain skill, let's take for example programming. When you learn how to code in C++, you can mostly get the job done and improve yourself and all when you just focus on learning the tools that language offers you. But digging deeper, getting behind how a computer system and the deeper layers of abstraction work at a core level might not help you understand a for each loop better, but it'll provide you with a holistic set of knowledge that can become very important, often enough in situations where you'd least expect it. And yeah, that is pretty much what Rolf Koster tries to accomplish with his book, just with game design. Alright, next. Now, in case you want something like the jack of all trades, if I'd have to recommend only one book to you, then it would be Game Design Workshop, a Playcentric approach to creating innovative games by Tracy Fullerton, because it offers a bit of everything. It begins with the absolute basics, discussing the roots of where game ideas come from, and ends with a treatise on the inner workings of the game publishing industry. It goes a bit into theory without ever getting too dry, but most of all, it hammers home some of the most important cornerstones of what is necessary to effectively become a better designer in practice, by focusing on the importance of prototyping and iterative design. That is, test often, test early, and because all theory is worth nothing without practical application, by giving you fun, interesting, and effective challenges, it holds your hand to actively teach you to employ concepts and develop and implement rule sets instead of just passively reading about them. It is thick and densely packed with information, but it's at the same time, at least to me, super interesting, effective, and engaging. So yeah, if somebody would ask me if you could take only one game design book on a lonely island, which is actually one of the most common questions in basic human small talk, by the way, well, it will be this one. I mean, it's about 450 pages long, so when you're through, there's also a lot of useful material for crafting stuff, or at least a lot of toilet paper. That kind of seems like a sacrilege. Thank you for watching. If you've learned something useful, please leave a like. For questions and suggestions, write a comment. For news and updates, follow me on Facebook. And to support me with the show, consider joining my Patreon. My name is Ragnar, and I'll see you next time on RagnarRox.